Hey guys, it's Licious Kid from ClimaxCombo, and today we have another Leaks of the Week. This week we are just continuing off with Illya and Love Live Booster 2. Illya is coming out on the 16th, so very soon, and Love Live is coming on the 23rd of this month, so that is also coming out fairly soon. Um, I have already pre-ordered 5 Love Live booster boxes, so do be expecting a deck profile, box opening, duel video for that late January or early February. Just depends when my boxes come. But with that out of the way, I guess we'll just get right to it. Um, First off, for Monday, we have the 00 Illya. She's double R 1500. What she does, or she's Master and Magic as per usual. What she does is when she's played from hand to stage, you may look at the top card of your deck and either leave it there or put it to the bottom of your deck. And she has another effect of on play, pay 1, discard a card. If you do, search your deck for a magic character, add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Um, it's a very good card. It's a very solid card in my opinion. Very good utility level 0. It's a top check on play. So you could either trigger check, but also you could also use it in conjunction with the level 3 Kaleidoscope Illya from the first booster to help you guarantee the that the climax combo will hit. So it has good synergy with the Kaleidoscope Illya, and also it's an on-play search. On-play search, you can't go wrong with that. I don't believe Illya had an on-play search in the previous set, so now they finally have one. So in all, a very good, solid utility level 0. Double R worthy? I think so. It's really good. So I say it's pretty stable in the Illya deck. So I would consider 2 of these cards if I was running Illya, 2 or 3. Probably just 2, but yeah, definitely a solid card. And that's all there is for Monday. Next up is Tuesday. This is 2-1 AK Kuro. She's only R, and she's magic and weapon. She climax combo with this gate. Very uh, arousing gate. When this card declares an attack and you have the gate, you may pay cost, which is place one of your magic characters and stand to rest. If you do, choose one of your magic characters from your waiting room and place it to the stock, and this card gains plus 4k until the end of the turn. Once again, the gate, and it is just a climax common. Oh wow, that's nice. Anyways, this card, I don't think it's that bad. I kind of like the climax combo, to be honest, because I like getting a lot of stock, and she gets big power for the turn. However, I don't think it's really going to fit into any builds because the first build, if you go the Kaleidoscope Illya along with the Kaleidoscope Miyu, that build pretty much needs 4 pants and you're going to need probably like $4 with it. The problem is that if you're running the Illya Miyu build, you don't want to have a lot of level 2s in your deck, so you're not going to really consider running this 2-1 Kuro because it's a level 2, so it increases your chance of hitting a level 2, thus failing the climax combo. So definitely, I don't think the Kuro belongs in the Kaleidoscope build. However, if you run the new build along with the new level 3 Illya, along with the level 3 Kuro, I don't think this build belongs there as well, because that build usually is probably going to require 4 of the new pants and 4 of the new 2k1 to go along with the Kuro and the double attacking Illya respectively. So there's no real space for the gate, and also your level 2 game is going to consist of the level 3 Kuro. So honestly, I don't see a spot for this 2-1 Kuro at all because there's just no space for this card. Yeah, it does climax combo the gate, which is really nice, but Illya has is so reliant on the climax combos that there's no space for this gate, to be honest. So, not a bad card, however, no space for it. So, that's it for Tuesday, actually. No Love Live yet, but now we're gonna get to some Love Live. Let's go on to Wednesday. 2-1-6-5 uncommon Seta. She's homunculus and made, so she doesn't really synergize with the rest of the set. However, what she does is when your total level of the cards in your level area is 5 or greater, so experience 5, all of your other characters gain plus 1k. She also works, or she also has synergy with this card here. This 105k uncommon. She's homunculus and made as well. What she does is experience. If there is a trainer Seta in your level area, this card gains plus 1500, and trainer Seta is of course this level 2 assist right here. Not bad, I think. Because If you hit level 1 and you have a trainer Seta in your level up zone, this becomes a 1065, which is very good. And then at level 2, you get you level up a level 3, and then now you have a total experience of 5. Then you have a 1k global along with this girl, and she'll be a 1075 if assuming you have one of these setas in the back. I think it's a cool little engine. However, I don't know. I don't really think there's space because to get off the level 1 consistently, you're going to have to run multiple setas because you definitely want to have a seta in your opening hand so that you can clock it, so that you can guarantee the fact that these will become 1065. Because if you don't get any of these in the level up zone, then these become 105k vanillas, which really suck. So you would probably have to run 3 to 4 seta, and is that really worth it, running multiple cards of this seta? And I don't believe there's actually a way to search out this card because she's homunculus and maid, and there's no synergy for this typing. So these two don't really synergize with the rest of the set. And also, like I said, if you're running the Kaleidoscope build, they don't want to run a lot of level 2, so I don't think this card would really be considered. And for the new Illya and Kuro build, I think they're better off with the 1-1 Kuro, or maybe just another assist, to be honest. So it's a cool little idea. However, the fact that their typing is off, and the fact that you have to run multiple of these setas, don't think that these two are going to be used. So yeah, it's not bad, I think, but no space and doesn't really synergize with the rest of the set. So unfortunately, I don't think these two cards are very good and probably not going to be ran. Finally, some Love Live. First off is this 2175R. This is the Kita Kita Sensation one. She's music. So what she does is when she declares an attack and the character directly opposite of this card is a level 3 or greater, this card takes plus 4/5 power in the following ability until the end of the turn. When this card reverses its opponent in battle, you may place that card to the bottom of its owner's deck. I think this Hanayo is really, 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 really good. She's like, those anti-level 3 cards like Flash Asuna, the new Xenon in the new booster, in the new SAO booster. And she's very similar to those cards because she's pretty much designed to kill changers that come out at level 2, or pretty much a 2 to 3 change. She's pretty much designed to kill those, which I think is really good because she's fighting a level 3, she gets plus 4/5, so she'll be, 12k base, which is awesome. But also, she bots deck whatever she kills. So that pretty much means no encore, which I think is fantastic. I think this card is really good. Definitely, I think if you're running blue, you should definitely consider one of these cards because there's so many early changers out nowadays. Love Live has one with Maki. Nisekoi has a level 3 or Onodeta. Girlfriend Beta pretty much has an early changer for all their color, or pretty much has an early level 3 for every color. Yeah, there's so much. Just a couple of that off the top of my head. So with all these 2 to 3 changes running amok, causing destruction, I think Hanayo is an excellent tech card to run in every build. Yes, she's not going to work against every deck because not every deck runs a 2 to 3 change. However, it's a very high chance, and a lot of the stronger decks do run a level 3 that can come out early at level 2 in some shape or form. So definitely a very good card, and I would highly recommend running one if you're running blue in Love Live. Next up, we have this 10-1500R Hanayo. She's music. She's an assist. She in front, so she's a 500 front assist and a +1 level assist. And she has another effect where when she's played from hand to stage, choose one of your characters with Hanayo in its name, and it gets +1500 until the end of the turn. Like I said in the leaked level 3 video for the new Love Live cards, Bushiroad seems to be pushing for these waifu builds for Love Live, and this is one example because when she's played from hand to stage, she gives a Hanayo +1500 power until the end of the turn. Honestly, not that much good Hanayo cards. They have a lot of them aren't really beaters. The only real beater Hanayo card I can think of is the 106k from the School Idol Festival booster, the XR, the one that's on play reveal top, etc., etc. That's honestly the only beater level 1 Hanayo I can think of. The other really good Hanayo cards are the 0/0 assist, from the first booster, um, the 2-1 level assist, and lastly the level 3 from the second booster. Those are probably the best Hanayo cards off the top of my head. So honestly, eh. I really like the +1 level and the +500 assist. I think I really like +1 level assist in general. I think they're really good because nowadays there's so many like level 1 suiciders running around, and it gets really annoying getting all your shit suicided. So having a +1 level assist solves that problem. Also, the fact that it makes it hard for your characters to get sighted against, which I think is a pretty big deal as well. So I personally really like +1 level assist. Uh, so I do kind of like this Hanayo just for the fact that it does have a +1 level assist. That does give +1 level. However, you don't really get the full value of this card in a normal Love Life build because you don't really get the on play. Also, keep in mind that it's under the 3K threshold, making it so that it's vulnerable to Wing Slayer. And yeah, and honestly, there's already the really good level 1 assists in the Umi from the first booster, the Brainstorm, and Global 500. So because there's a better assist running around, and the fact that you only get the full value of this card in a Hanayo based deck, don't see this card being ran in Love Life builds at all. So unfortunate, but not that big of a deal. If only if it was give a music +15 on play, then I think that'd be a lot better. But oh well. Anyways, let's go on. Oh well, I guess there's this new Hanayo, but still not worth it. Next up, more Hanayo 2295 uncommon music. What she does is when she's played from hand to stage, you may pay cost, or which is discard a card. If you do not pay cost, place this card into your waiting room, and this card has Clock Encore. So she's the good old generic 2/2 oversized 2 soul beater with a downside. And her downside is that you have to discard a card for her to live. But the benefit is that she's 9/5, she has 2 soul, and most importantly, she has Clock Encore, which is nice because when a 2/2 dies and they get sent to the waiting room, it really pushes you far behind unless you've attacked like 3 or 4 times with the 2/2. But usually that doesn't happen. So the fact that this 2/2 has a Clock Encore is nice, but I still wouldn't run it because it's still a 2/2, and paying 2 stock at level 2 really hurts, especially if it dies in some shape or form, like let's say Wind Trigger or Anti-Encore, what have you. If it dies, it really pushes you far behind, and I really don't think that's worth it because, yeah. And honestly, if you wanted a 2/2 beater that has Clock Encore, I think the Nico from the first booster is better because it's like 2/2 8k, but I believe it gets like +1k every time one of your characters attacks, so it can hit something like 10k. I don't remember exactly what that card does, but I think the 2/2 Nico from the first booster is a better option. And it's also in yellow, and you're going to be running yellow anyways, so I think that Nico's better. And of course, this Hanayo, you have to discard a card from your hand when you play, so it minuses you, and yeah, just not worth it. Yeah, don't play this Hanayo. And because I don't like this Hanayo, I'm not going to like this next card. It's a 101k. First of all, it's a 1500 no cost backup, but it is a changer into the respective level 2s. It's a climax phase change, your standard level 1 climax phase change. Climax phase, pay 3, discard a card, then change into the level 2 Hanayo. Honestly, I don't like the level 2 Hanayo, so I really don't like. I'm not going to be planning to change anytime soon, because same thing, if it gets wind triggered, then you might as well, you kind of lost already. And a lot of decks are starting to play wind triggers now. So yeah, definitely don't do it. I don't recommend it. Of course, if you're running the Hanayo build, you don't really have a choice because there's not much good Hanayo cards, but we're not here to talk about that. Next up, Thursdays, is this 105k common, Karen. She's Infirmary and Teacher, so once again, she's not Magic Trait, so she doesn't have synergy with the rest of the set. When your opponent has 4 or more cards in the clock, this card gains +1k, so she's a 106k. Not worth it. You don't really control this. And even if you do hit the conditions, she's only a 106k. Definitely don't run it because she has no synergy with the rest of the set, and you can't really control this continuous effect. And lastly, even if you do get it off, she's still a 106k, which is still not that impressive. So, not good. Next up is this 2/1 8K Bazette. She's male dress, so pretty much cross-dressing and treasure. Um, when your opponent plays a climax onto his climax border, you may pay cost, which is 5. If you do, choose one of your characters, choose one of your opponent's character directly opposite of this card and send it to the owner's waiting room. Not worth it. First of all, she's an undersized level 2. Second of all, she has no synergy with the rest of the set because she lacks the magic trait. Third of all, you have to pay a whopping 5. And lastly, you don't really control it because let's say your opponent is trying to climax combo you, they just place a level 0 right in front of her. And what are you going to do? Place 5 to kill off a level 0? That's not going to work out very well for you. The only thing this card can really stop is like a clock reverser that's dependent on a climax combo. But honestly, they could just kill something else because Illya cards are pretty low power. And yeah, I don't think I have to keep talking about this card. You can see that it's definitely not worth it. So I don't recommend this card. Next up is the 3/2 10k double R Kotori. I have talked about all the level 3s already in the leaked level 3 video. I'll put a link to that in the description below, so I'm not going to go over it again. So, but in general, solid card. Let's go on. It's a 1045R Kotori. She's music, as per usual. What she does is when you have 3 or more music characters, this card gains plus 1k power, so she's a 1055. And lastly, she has Clock Encore. Solid card in my opinion. I'm a pretty big fan of 1055s with Encore of some form, usually Clock or Hand Encore. Yes, they only hit vanilla power, so they're pretty weak, but it's a good way to guarantee yourself to generate a lot of hand size, and yeah, just a solid card. However, will it be ran? Probably not, because we already have the really good 1-0 Eddie from the first booster. And if you wanted a Clock Encore, you could probably try the Umi Clock Encore from this extra booster, the 116k. But if you have 3 music, excuse me, if you have 3 musics, it gets plus 1k, so it becomes a 117k with Clock Encore. Probably better options than this. You know, Love Live having so many boosters by now, they have a lot of options to run. But definitely, I think it's a solid card, so I wouldn't be surprised if people started running this. And yeah, just a good card in general. I only wish that it was 2 or more music characters, but what can you do? Still 3 or more music characters, still pretty easy to accomplish. So in general, solid card. Will it be ran? Who knows? Because they already have so many good level 1s. Probably not, but I wouldn't be surprised. Next up is this really awesome card, 001500R Music. The character directly opposite of this card cannot be moved to another border, and it's a level 0 Suicider. So it's an exact copy of the Little Buster Suicider. The crap, I don't remember her name. I don't remember. Anyways, pretty much an exact copy of the level 0 Suicider, but in Little Busters, it's from the anime booster. Pretty much it's an anti-runner card because you place this in front of, let's say, the new level 0 Kirito from the Gun Gale Online booster. It can't run, so you know it will guarantee die because it is a level 0 Suicider. So in general, anti-runner, awesome. A lot of good series have these runner cards, like SAO. Shin-chan does have a runner. I think Kantai got a runner in the new booster, if I remember correctly, so now they have a runner. So with all these runners running amok, and I'm sure more runners are to come in the new sets, and now that Idolmaster is a thing again, people might run the Azusa runner, so another runner. So with all these runners running around, and with more runners to come, Kotori is definitely a very good card, and will probably be staple. Yeah, probably be staple, so definitely, probably the best runner. Now there's 3 different runners Love Live has. They have the first runner, now there's 3 different Suiciders Love Live has. They have the first Suicider from the first booster, the Honoka one. The second Love Umi Suicider from the School Idol Festival booster. And now they have this new Kotori Suicider. With all these Suiciders running around that we have to choose from, which one is there to choose? I would probably say the Kotori is going to be mandatory because it's just too good. And I would probably run the Kotori and the Honoka one. I'm just a big fan of the Honoka one, to be honest. So that for me, that's pretty biased. But I would probably run like 3 Kotori, 1 Honoka, or 3 Kotori, 2 Honokas. The Umi one is nice, but honestly, I don't use the Umi enough for it to warrant the use of that card. However, the art on that one is really nice, though. But I would probably run 3 Kotoris and 2 Honokas, but don't think you could go wrong with whatever one you choose. But I would definitely say you should run the Kotori, 2 or more Kotoris at the very least, because it's just too good. And also the fact that even if you're not suiciding into a level 0, it still does have its use. Because let's say your opponent has a level 1 that is just like really high power and you just can't get around. Play this Kotori in front of it, side against it. You have a potential of dealing damage just depending on what you trigger. And then next turn, that character can't move because it's still in front of this Kotori, so it can't move into another border. Thus, they have to kill the Kotori next turn, and that might potentially save your other 2 characters, allowing you to, save your higher power characters in trade-off for this level 0. And this can work against anything, like if your opponent is level 2, but they have a level 3 out on the field, and you just don't have a way to deal with it. Place the Kotori in front of that level 3, side against it. You're not going to deal any damage to it. However, let's say you have 2 level 1s next to it. The level 3 can't move, so it saves your level 1s. So you trade off your level 0 to save one of your higher power characters, which is very nice. So in general, Kotori, awesome card, amazing. It's great that it's only a R, so we don't have to spend $1 million to get this, but awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm super excited about this card. Next up is this 2/2 AK uncommon Kotori. For every one of your other characters with Kotori in their name, this card gains plus 500 power. And of course, like all the other Kotori cards, not all of them, but a lot of other Kotori cards, during the card's battle, all players may not use backups from their hand. This is very similar to the 1/1 in the first booster. I think in School Idol Festival, I think they got another 1/0 attacker that had this effect as well. Not too sure, but I'm pretty sure they did. But anyways, Kotori, she's like I said with the Hanayo, not a big fan of 2/2s because if they die, you go really far behind. So of course, obviously, this card is only meant for Kotori builds. So for a serious deck, of course, don't run this card. If you're running Kotori waifu build, I guess you don't really have a choice because it's a waifu deck and anything goes. And lastly, Friday, as per usual, the awesome stuff. And first off is this Miyu 3295RR Magic and Master. She synergizes with this level 0 here. So when you have huge trouble Illya in your clock, this card loses 1 level in your hand. That card being this level 0 here. She climax combos with this book right here. When this card declares an attack with the book, this card gains plus 3k power, and your opponent cannot play any events nor backups from their hand until the end of this turn. And of course, it has another effect of during the start of your opponent's draw phase. If this card is in your front stage, choose one of your characters and gets plus 4k until the end of this turn. This Illya is a 00500. She's R. She's Magic and Master. What she does is she gives the center character of the front stage 500 power and hand encore. And she has another effect of you can pay 1, clock yourself 1 damage, place this card to rest, and if you do, choose from your opponent's character, and that character does not go to stand until that owner's next stand phase. Once again, the book. I think this Miyu is extremely good. Extremely good? I would say good. It's very good. Okay, very good is the word I will use. I think this card is very good because you can bring it out as early as level 2 because all you really need is to have this Illya in your clock, which isn't too hard to accomplish, to be honest. And this Illya herself is actually very good in my opinion. She gives a center character plus 500 and hand encore, which is very good in its own right. And also she has a pretty nice secondary effect because you can you can pay out climaxes with it. You can control your clock, like if you want to hit you can hit 0 to 1 faster than your opponent, or even like if you want to hit like level 2 really fast for some odd reason, or if you want to hit level 3 to try to kill them with the climax combo earlier than your opponent expects, then you do have this Illya for you because let's say your opponent leaves you at 2-5 because they're afraid of the Kaleidoscope Illya Mew combo. Clock, play this Illya, use her effect, and you can hit level 3, and then you can go Kaleidoscope on their asshole and try to kill them from there. So, not gonna be happening too often, but definitely something to think about. And yeah, because I think this Illya is a very good utility card, I think this Mew is very good as well, because the Illya you have to run in conjunction with her is honestly amazing in my opinion. She climax combo with the book. The book is already really good. Book trigger is always nice because it pluses you, and the combo itself is meh. It's whatever. It gets plus 3k and your opponent can't use backups. Not that big of a deal. But lastly, its third effect is honestly pretty good, because you could give one of your characters plus 4k until the end of the turn, so you can give it to the Miyu herself, making her a whopping 13,500, making it annoying for your opponent to try to kill her. Give it to one of your other characters to try to, make a stronger board so your opponent can't wipe your field. So in general, this Miyu herself is really good, and the Illya herself is really good. So running the two together is definitely not a bad thing. And of course, the climax combo is not that great, but it's still there for you. And the climax itself is a book, making it all the more viable to play. Even without the climax combo, I think this card is really good. The climax combo, like I said, is whatever. So I think you could run this card even without playing the climax combo, because like I said, Illya is already good and Miyu is already good. She's an advanced summon level 3, and she makes your board all the stronger because she could give 4k to stuff. And you can leave the Illya, you can leave this Miyu in the middle, have this Illya in the back. This Miyu will have Hand Encore, and you could give one of your other level 1s plus 4k, making them harder to kill, and making Miyu pretty much unable to be killed because she has Hand Encore thanks to Illya. So in general, very, very solid card. The only problem with this card is the space. Like I said, with the new Illya and Kuro combo, you already have the advanced summon level 3 Kuro, because all you need is 3 2k1s in the waiting room, and she could come out early, and she heals, and she's 10-5 base. So the Kuro's already really good. And for the other build, the Kaleidoscope Illya and Kaleidoscope Miyu build, will this card really have a spot in that deck? Because like I said, they don't want to run a lot of level 3s or level 2s, and they already need to run 4 pants. But I think the Kaleidoscope Illya and Kaleidoscope Miyu build, I think this card is pretty viable. You could run like 2 of these, and you could run the new pants with her, or you could not even run the pants, and I think you'll still be okay. So a little hard to fit this card in because of how the sets work. However, I think it's a very solid card, and you should definitely consider this combo if you're an Illya player. So I really like it. I think it's cool. I think it's good. So yeah, just a little hard to fit in because of all the cards they own, but still very solid. I think it's cool. Next up is this Nico. Like I said, I've already talked about this in the other video, so you can watch that if you're curious on these level 3s. But to summarize, don't run it in a serious build. Let's go on. 00500 R Kira Kira Sensation. Nico music as per usual. When she's played from hand to stage, you may pay cost, which is discarding climax. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 character with change ability, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Why does Bushiroad insist on reprinting this card? I'm sure you guys know, but Love Live already has exact copies of this card from 2 other boosters from that. They have the level 0 Maki double R from the first booster, and nobody ran that crap. And then they decided to remake it in the form of a 00 Honoka in the School Idol Festival booster, and nobody ran that either. So why are they gonna do this to us and make a 3rd copy of that card, except it's green? Nah, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna release 1 for every color. So now we have a yellow, a red one, and now we have a green one. So maybe if we get another booster for Love Live, then they'll make a blue one to piss everyone off. At least this one's not double R, so we can be less mad, but still, don't run it. Nobody ran the other 2, so why would you run this one? Next up is the 2-3 change. This one's a 2-1 AK, music and sports. She's uncommon. pretty much your good old Climax phase change, much like all the other Love Live changers. Standard pay 2 dish 1 Climax phase changed into this level 3 Nico. Of course, it is for a waifu build, so it's for serious builds, which we were talking about. Don't run it. Lastly, the event 1-0 uncommon green Super Idol Nico-chan. You cannot play this card from your hand if you do not control a Nico. And lastly, when you do play it, however, search your deck for Nico in its name, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Of course, as you can clearly see, this is for those Nico builds, because you can't even play it if you don't own a Nico on the field. And honestly, there's not a lot of good Nico cards in the original builds, like the most viable builds, I should say, or the standard builds, cookie cutter builds, whatever you want to call it. They have the level 0 anti-bomber Nico. Not a lot of people run that anymore, but that's one Nico you could run. At level 1, I can't really think of any good Nico cards. The marker Nico maybe? Nah, nobody runs that. Yeah, that's about it. So no good Nico cards except like the level 3 Nico, but you're not gonna play this event and have it useless for the duration of the game except level 3. So don't run it. It's for Nico fan decks. Very sad final day for Love Live, but what can you do? And that is all for this week. Wow, fairly fast video, I must say. But still, a very interesting one in my opinion. I guess a little summary of all the cards. Illya, awesome. I think it's really good. Kuro, I think it's not bad, but no space for it. I think it's kind of cool, but because they have no synergy with the rest of the set, I don't think it's going to be used. Hanayo, awesome card. It's great. This Hanayo, no space and better options. 2-2 Hanayo, don't like it. If I don't like that, I don't like this backup, and yeah. Don't run it. Don't run it. Solid card. It's okay. Solid card. Very, 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 very good card. And don't run it. Cool. Awesome combo. Don't run it. Don't run it. Don't run it. Don't run it. Poor Nico. Why can't she get good cards? So sad. Anyways, but that is all for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any questions or, comments, whatever you guys think, please leave them in the comments below. And until next time, guys.